I love the lighthouse.
Yes. Good noon. Oh, it looks like Bertha is on her way in.
Hmm.
Whoops, let me get this out of my way so I can see. Um, is this everybody, Beth, that you have so far?
Yes, the waiting
Right.
room is disabled, so folks will come in as they join.
All right, super. Hi everyone. My name is Heather Reifer. I've met some of you before. With Friends of America 250 Chester County, and we'll, with Angela, be leading our discussion today. Angela, do you want to say hello?
So I'm Angela Scully, working with Chester County 250. I'm doing a lot of resource enhancement, if you will, or fundraising with certain groups to help them raise money for heritage centers and also interconnection through kiosks and such. Heather is an actual historian.
We say that loosely, though. My background's actually historic site administration. My role here in Chester County has mostly been as executive director at two amazing historic sites here, the Millet and Selma, back in the late, I guess you could call that millennium, the 2002 to but pretty much the first decade of to the 2000s, and then I was at historic Sugartown for 9 years and left a couple years ago. So and since then I helped work on the Chester County Heritage Tourism Plan, and I've been working on and with 250.
Mhm.
So I think Angela, shall we go around first and have everyone introduce themselves?
For
And
sure. I've met a few of you in the past, but
yeah, I've met a few of I recognize a lot of names already, but we can go around first,
let's
and
start with Stephen.
that sounds like a great idea. And then just say, who you are, who you're with, and we'll get into more specific things that you might be working on for 250 in a second round. So go ahead, Stephen.
Hi, I'm Steve Rohoftig. I'm on the Westtown Historical Commission.
Great. Leslie, why don't you go next? We just saw you the other day.
Yep. I'm Leslie Burnick. I'm president of the Chester County Concert Band, a large community band located or based in Westchester, and we travel all over.
Great.
Rick?
I'm Rick Fisher. I'm with the local Masonic lodges and a couple other little organizations that are looking for service projects.
Oh,
Great.
good. Good. Anybody else?
Oh, we have is that
Kaya.
Kaya?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Can you share who you are and who you're with?
Kaya, a resident of Coatesville, and I guess I don't know what else to offer. Community member, so excited to be here, participate.
Well,
Mhm. Good.
welcome.
Bertha, are you available to talk? Well, she's on her way in, so let's talk with
Yeah, so it
Downingtown
looks like she
Borough.
might be having an audio issue there. Yeah, Downingtown Borough.
Hi, I'm Corinne Badman. I'm the assistant manager here in Downingtown.
Great.
And I guess Bertha will connect when she's able to.
Yes. And Bertha's very much involved with it. I'm gonna get this wrong. Zion in gosh, main line. It'll come to me.
Oh,
I
down towards
which
the Devon Way.
Devon Way, yes. With the I'm not even gonna say, I'll wait for Bertha to introduce herself because I'm gonna massacre it. But she's very much involved with a lot of the Underground Railroad planning, Path to Freedom. And before I put any more words into her mouth, I will move on. But do we have anybody else here as well?
David
Oh, we
Blackburn.
have David Blackburn. Hi, David. I didn't see you sneak in.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm only here for the first half of the call. I'm David Blackburn with the Chester County Planning Commission Heritage Preservation Coordinator. I'm now serving as, I guess, the liaison and lead administrator for the Chester County America 250 Commission.
Great, thank you, David. Now, just a quick show of hands. You can just click your button if you wish. Have any of you are any of you new to this Zoom in session? Have you had anybody new to the Friday
Hi.
one? Kaya? Anyone else? Okay, Corinne, great, great. Well, double welcome there. So for some of the rest of you, especially probably Leslie and David, and possibly Stephen, this will be a quick repeat of what we've been presenting to give you a quick overview on Chester County 250. Beth, can you advance the slide? There we go. So we are been working for a couple of years, really. There is a Chester County 250 Commission that has been working on planning and strategizing for Chester County 250. And now the rubber is really starting to meet the road here. We've got, if many of you may have heard last week up in Lexington and Boston, they had what they called two lights. They had a commemoration of the night that they placed two lanterns up in the North Church Tower. And Paul Revere riding into the countryside, and then a reenactment of the Battle of Lexington. So so that happened last Saturday. So their 250 is already starting. And here we are in Chester County. And if you can advance the slide, Beth, we can show you the actually, is the next one the timeline? There we go. You can see where we are now in terms of our planning. So the last couple years have been kind of figuring out our themes, how to get things rolling. And now we're some events are starting this summer, really, with a side project that's been going on, the 200th of Lafayette's farewell tour of America, if you will. This will be happening in late July. They're going to be having they are essentially following his travels as he toured America once again.
He came back 50 years after the Battle of the Brandywine and
Yes.
revisited all his people who had hosted him and helped him. And so he was spent a lot of time in Chester County.
So again, and then next year, we're going to be, so we're getting the awareness up now, and it'll, letting everybody know that 250 will be here in a year. And then next year we'll start, Let Freedom Ring, start having events throughout the year, and we'll help co-promote them. And an important thing to realize, just like Lexington and Concord is happening now, a lot of the things associated with the American Revolution truly happened in Chester County in 1777, not 1776. So we're pushing the timeline forward to Battle of Brandywine, Clouds Paoli, the Philadelphia Campaign, and
which turned the tide of the war.
yes, exactly. So so we're looking at the march into Valley Forge, into the march out. So our festivities will be going right into 2028. So all the different happenings could potentially go that far. And to give you even greater context, they are in New Jersey. They will be doing 250 related activities right up until 2033, because they've had things going on in New Jersey right up until then. Of culminating with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. So to give you that little bit of context for everything, Beth, I think go back that last slide. There we go. So what we're doing is convening groups. We're first convening any organization that is interested in potentially hosting or participating in a 250 event and offering toolkits to get you started and to help co-promote you. And here's on the sheet, you could kind of see um, all the some different brainstorming ideas, what what you can focus on, what and decide what your linkages are to both the American Revolution and the unfinished business of the American Revolution. Where does your organization fit? What would you like to do? And there's a bunch of different brainstorms, and these are actually coming out straight out of previous planning, different Zoom calls that we've had, some of these suggestions on this page. I believe, Beth, did this slideshow get circulated, or will it be circulated afterwards? I know it's available on the website.
I don't remember and I can't really check at the moment, so if
Sure.
not, it'll go out afterwards. But
Okay.
it's on the website.
Just to
Great.
follow up on Heather's point, it's very important that these are organic events, that it's not something that we're imposing on you, but they're growing out of what is authentic to your organization.
That's right. Yeah, it's very grassroots. I'm part of that Two Lights celebration that they just had. Um, that was a very simple thing, very community based. They put out the word. Everybody put two lanterns out last Friday in commemoration of the two lights in the church. So it was something very small that built, and people were doing it in different parts of the country before they were done, and it was all word of mouth. So
I would
we're
also
very
point,
much,
yeah, I was
go,
going to point out the Dare to Declare piece as well, because
yeah.
that is something that anybody
do.
can do. And it's we're celebrating the writing of the Declaration of Independence. Uh, and so it's public readings at events for your organization or your family. It can be done on your own.
Um,
We would promote it,
can you
except for your
advance?
backyard barbecue.
Can you advance the slides, Beth? I don't know. This is strange because there we go. So here again, we're commemorating historic achievements, renewing our commitment to democratic ideas and inspiring America's spirit. You could see these are the various themes, an overview that you can kind of delve into. Can you go next slide? Oh, isn't that fancy? So you could see it's kind of a culmination of sites and events and outreach all put together. And we have some of the themes listed. I believe this slide goes into more detail on that in a second. Can you go to the next one? I'm going to move this along a little bit just so we can hear from you all. The main theme, overarching theme, is the Philadelphia campaign that we were just talking about, or as you know, from the Battle of Brandywine to the March In and March Out of Valley Forge. And there are three underlying themes that are supporting themes, I should mention. Agricultural bounty, people had to eat, they had to supply the troops, they had to, there are stories of, the people who lived here and, how they may or may not had as much access to their own food because of troops coming in and out. Iron and steel, they needed weapons, and Chester County had the resources to provide them. And lastly, unfinished revolution. If you go back to the words of the Declaration of Independence, the last words are all men are created equal. They had some room to grow there. And as we know, we're continuing, and part of our American story is continuing to shape our, what our values are and what our different causes, women's history, women's suffrage, civil rights, Underground Railroad, and so forth. Can you advance the slide? So, and this, the slideshow, I won't go into detail here. This is some backup information you can access from the website as well. This is the one on agricultural bounty. If you go to the next one, and then we have information on iron and steel, and we have a robust partnership that David was very much a part of and is still works with this group, the Iron and Steel Partnership. They have a ton of information and heritage sites. Go to the next one. And here's some supporting information for the Philadelphia campaign. I think we have 2 slides on that.
And the Philadelphia campaign stretches through Chester County, up through Delaware and Montgomery County, and into Valley Forge.
Go to the next one, please. There we go. And that's the other one. So this kind of shows where the troop movements were from both sides. And what do we have next? Okay, and then here's the Pathway to Freedom. There's an effort right now to develop driving tours for the Underground Railroad and the story of freedom seekers. And you can go to the next one. So you have those themes you can potentially work for. And if none of that really fits into what your organization does or what you're interested in working on, we can always fall back on the core stories of being an American citizen and U.S. citizen rights. And the ones that are highlighted, Karen was saying yesterday that those are the ones that in different conversations that have really come up and as the important ones that people have really kind of pulled into their discussions. So doesn't mean that the other ones are not as important. Okay, go to the next. So this is part of our toolkit. Some of the there's some great questions here that you can use to start your conversations. And go to the next. And that continues. Can you go to the slide with the Dare to Declare, Beth? Thank you. Okay. So Angela mentioned Dare to Declare. This is a project that it was the brainchild of Rose Fennell up at Valley Forge National Park. She's the park superintendent. She had the idea of that people should have readings of the Declaration of Independence out in public, the way people first heard it when they made the declaration public back on July 4th. So
back before the internet.
yes. So her idea was, let's do this again. This could be our 2 lights. It really could. You could plan an event either at your historic site or at your organization, or partner with a local business and have it in a tap room, at a
Call it a tavern.
So that's right. So what we're working on now, and it's still very much in development, we're creating toolkits and information and resources to help organizations plan. We're all plan to have this kind of event and how exactly to go about it. Next month, starting next week, I think.
Yes.
Dr. Emily Sneff, who is our local and very very capable historian who specialized completely on the Declaration of Independence. She's going to be leading 3 different workshops over the course of May. And you could sign up for these. We're tapping in with Dr. Sneff on creating some of the readings toolkits that we're going to be developing. But her workshops look fantastic. And they talk about how to read the Declaration correctly.
Because the language is dense at times.
Yeah. And what goes into it. It kind of place the Declaration into some context for people. So we can share that resource as well at the end of the Zoom.
And interestingly, we've talked to people who are going to be hosting these readings, and some people are going to do it like a flash mob where they're having
Yes.
another event and then people will get up and read a portion and the next person will get up and read a portion. And so there's different ways to do it and make it relevant
Yeah.
to your group.
Yeah, and it could be a new event. It could be an existing event. I was talking to
Correct.
somebody recently that has an annual strawberry festival, and they're thinking about, making that part of their regular day. And I believe Marshallton's going to be having a reading as soon as this coming 4th of July. So yeah, so that's coming. So why don't we, I think that's everything we can relate in a snapshot. We want to hear from you about what you're working on, what your interests are, and if there are dots we can connect between you all or to other folks that are not here today. We will do our best to do that. And we'll also we'll record this. We have a whiteboard that we will keep all these notes on, and anyone's welcome to jump in there and take a look and get inspired.
So maybe, Heather, we could start with the two folks who joined us, Terry
Oh,
and then
great.
Alan. They can introduce themselves and say what they're doing. Terry?
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I'm not in a place to come on video, but it's great to be back. I am the executive director for Volunteer English Program. We recommend and support any individuals being welcomed into our country ongoing. We've been in the Chester County community for 40 plus years and actively partnering individuals throughout the county to tutor English for anyone who is not a native English speaker. Right now, we have close to 300 partners in every almost 44 zip codes of Chester County.
Wow.
So looking really to develop our plan in partnership, or even how to really feature and highlight our the investment of our students, especially in becoming citizens or certainly becoming valued members of our local communities. So really just still learning, still trying to get this integrated within our plan for next year when we celebrate also our 40th anniversary of service to Chester
That's
County.
good.
So trying to combine, and of course, with the current political situation, we've gone a little quiet from a publicity point of view. So it's important. I appreciate this forum because we get to be in a safe place to talk about what we do and who we do it with. While also protecting many of our immigrant students from any kind of risk or exposure. So this gets them involved in a quiet and significant way.
And so maybe there's some ideas that you'll learn here today that you can incorporate in your.
Yeah, I looked back at my notes, Heather and Angela, from the first meetings that I started attending and had all kinds of crazy, great ideas. And,
That's great.
things just have to be a little bit more, modified as we go forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alan, how about you?
Yeah, I'm the president of the Mansion House Foundation at Radley Run Community.
Yeah.
We
So
were just talking about you at another Zoom. Someone, Colin Hanna, was going to reach out to you because there's we should tell folks we're also working on developing more focused Zoom ins like this.
Hyper local.
Hyper local. So Westchester will have one next week. There's going to be one, or we just had one rather, at Kennett Square in Chats Ford area. And
TE's having one, and we're working on one with Paoli Malver.
And then Phoenixville.
Yep.
And I believe Coatesville's also on the list. We're still trying to develop a list of names and how to go about that one.
But Jen A is leading that one.
So yeah. So Alan, please, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're trying to find our place in this. So, that's why I jumped on here to try and see what we can do. We have chatted about it internally.
Great.
We've entered a nomination for our Underground Railroad. We did find some links there with the Painter family, early, 1800s in that range. So there is possibility we'll have that information. And we're just trying to find out how we can enter into this program. We're trying to, of course, heighten information regarding what the mansion house, all of that involved, and
I
you know,
think your struggle would be, Alan, for people to know that you're there.
exactly.
And you have that fine line between being access to the public and that you're a part of on the land of a private club.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and it's owned by the club. We are we're at arm's length with them because of the way we have set ourselves up as a foundation, but we still are part of the club owns the property, but
Interesting.
the National Registry is involved with us. We're pretty close to getting our link there, so there's a lot going on that we have established, but we're trying to see where we could fit in, how we can educate the community a little bit better as to
I think it'd be a beautiful location for a Dare to Declare event.
That's what I was just thinking.
You have such a beautiful location. So just a suggestion. How
Okay.
about Bertha? You've joined us. Hi.
Yes, hi, how are
There
you?
she
I'm good,
is.
Bertha.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. It's been a while. I'm representing Mount Zion AME Church in Devon, to different township. And we're looking at reading the declaration next year also. So
Uh-huh.
we don't have anything, uh, um, outlined yet, but we're looking at starting to do that.
Good.
Great. So there will be more resources coming out over the course of this year.
Right, and we have applied for a grant to support some efforts on that from the Pennsylvania, the semi-quin. I can't even begin to say the
PA
actual word.
250. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
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 What's the Masonic District doing?
Can I talk about the smaller organizations first?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm a member of, an alumni member of Alpha Phi Omega. It's a national service fraternity.
Okay.
And
Do you mind repeating that just because
Yeah.
it slipped by my?
sorry, Alpha Phi Omega,
Okay.
the national service fraternity,
Okay.
and I'm an alumni from Drexel.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
we're all getting older. We don't have an undergraduate chapter
Oh.
anymore,
Mhm.
and we're looking for excuses to get together. We used to do an annual service project at some of the Boy Scout camps and all. We're looking for anything that we can get together as far as service.
So
Okay.
looking for volunteer opportunities.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
This is good to know. We can put that on as a resource page.
Yes, we will
Okay.
be having a resource page for that if it's not already somewhat up.
And Rick,
And-
we have your contact information. Just let us know, even if you put it in the chat, who we should contact.
Okay, I shall.
Okay.
And I'll put it in again.
Yeah, definitely
Uh,
put it in there because I think as things get closer next year, people will be start going into panic mode. We need more people to help, pull this
Right,
off
right.
type of thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one.
And the second small organization is I'm a member of the Coachella class of 1976.
oh,
So
great.
we will be doing our 50th next year. We're about to lock down a venue and a date soon. But
Can
we
we
would love to do some service
could we
as a
put you on
class as
the
well.
Rick, can we put you on on the list for people to contact for the Coatesville, the local Coatesville?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And lastly, as far as the Masonic lodges, a couple weeks ago, our district deputy, who's over all the local lodges, signed the what do you call it? The community partner pledge,
Oh, great.
and
The 250, yeah.
and I gave the pledge to several of our local lodges that are taking them back to their lodge to get the members to pledge their assistance. Uh, so again, service and the Masons go hand in hand.
Got a lot of service opportunities here.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
As far as our own events, uh, the construction of the Tun Tavern in Philadelphia is
Okay,
delayed.
yes.
However, it's delayed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was supposed to open November of this year, and now they're looking at late 2026, or it may be pushed even to 2027.
Mm,
So
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see. We'll see as far as that. However, the Liberty Tree at Brandywine Battlefield,
I was going to ask you specifically about that because I understand there's a date coming up quickly, right?
yes, yes, Tuesday, June 3rd.
And that's part of the Commonwealth's semi-quin effort, the Liberty Tree.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And that dedication is scheduled for Tuesday, June 3rd. I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
it's going to be 10 a.m. in the morning. Uh,
Okay.
but soon as publicity gets out about that,
And there's
Okay.
Brandywine, and then there's
post
one
it.
in Paoli as well, correct?
Right at the battlefield.
Yes, we're hoping to get it the same day.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's not firmed yet.
Okay, good.
And
All right,
to have it the afternoon of the 3rd.
I'm just cognizant of time, so we wanted to hear from everybody. How about you, Kaya?
Okay.
Thank you, though, Rick.
Oh,
Kaya?
Corinne from Downingtown Borough just put in the chat. I have to jump off, but we'll give this to the Historic Commission in the borough so they can get involved. They do events at I'm sure it's the Downingtown Log Cabin. So we will make sure of that.
Hey, Heather and Angela, it's David. Just before we get off of Rick, I just wanted to state that on the America 250 PA website, they have both Liberty Trees listed as Delco, the Brandywine Battlefield at June 3rd at 11 a.m. and the Chester County Tree on June 3rd at 1:30 p.m.
Oh,
So they've actually listed that on their website.
oh,
So
interesting.
I don't know if that's actually confirmed on the side of the Masons, but as far as the PA 250 site is, they've posted it. So I guess they look at it as confirmed.
I'm always the
That's
last to hear.
Okay.
We know how that works, so it's okay. All right, Kaya, back to you.
Candidly, I'm here to listen. I don't really have anything, I
Okay.
think, to offer any questions at this time, but thank you.
But we'll be in touch. We'll have a
Appreciate you being part of this today, for sure.
Thank you.
Okay. And Leslie, you're the Chester County Concert Band. You're everywhere.
We try to be. So again, I'm with the Chester County Concert Band. We actually have over 100 members, although a typical concert we would have more like 65 or thereabouts members in attendance. And, you know, we just try to make sure that we have a balanced band, that we have enough of each instrumentation and that kind of thing to sound good. But, you know, we want to get ourselves out there, you know, we want to perform all over the place, you know, this year and especially, you know, with the 250th birthday next year. So, you know, we're looking, we already have one booking for next, at the end of May, with the East Goshen and West Goshen. They're putting together, they're combining together for a big event at the East Goshen Park. So we were already invited for that, but you know, we would like to do other things. We had been playing at Wilson Farm Park with the TE community. We've
Eh,
been doing that
Their
every
community
year
day.
yeah, yeah. Well, not Community Day, but for the 4th of July, we've been playing every year. And for whatever reason, last year and this year, they decided to go with a DJ instead.
Ugh.
So, you know, we would really like to be back there because I mean, that was great. I mean, here we're a band, you know, with tons of patriotic music, and like right now we have nowhere to play on the 4th of July.
So if someone wanted to get in touch with you, Leslie,
Yeah.
they can of course go to our website where you're listed as a resource.
Right, right. And I'll put I'll put our website and my link in this chat as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
but
would be
again,
good.
we would love to play everywhere, and we do we don't do just patriotic music. We do everything, you know, to satisfy and entertain all ages.
Yeah, and live music. Big proponent of live music.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
They're
Thank you.
phenomenal. Yeah. I actually, I hear their practices if I'm over at the Fugit / East High School.
Oh, okay.
For my daughter was in marching band. So I was
Okay.
in there in the evening quite a few times
Yep,
over
yeah.
the course of the school year, and they always sound wonderful.
Yeah, we have our big spring concert, just for a little plug, is next weekend, May 4th, which is a Sunday at 2:30 at Fugit Middle School. And the theme is going to be Road Trip Across America. So we basically start in the state of New York and we travel all the way across to California. So
And that's a sweet little auditorium in there.
yeah, it's
It
very
is.
nice. And we barely fit, but we still fit. So but thank you.
Okay. How about Stephen? How about you? What are you up to there?
Hi. Well, folks who have been on the calls before know that here in West Town, we've been having a series of stakeholder meetings with people in the township in order to have the celebrations next year be as local as possible and to involve as many of the schools, churches, scout organizations, and residents as possible. So we've already had our second meeting, April 5th. Our next meeting is going to be on May 17th. We hold them on a Saturday morning in the township building. We've had a lot of ideas from people of what we can do to localize the celebrations, starting with the logical stuff, which is the stuff that we're already doing. So each commission, I'm on the historical commission, we have a series of talks. We have articles in our Gazette, and we have so obviously all of those will be geared towards 250 themes specific to Westtown. The Environmental Commission came up with an idea of getting a grant to purchase 250 trees and have them planted both at Cribilli, the recent acquisition of the Cribilli Farm, and also to have them placed in historical locations. We give a good steward award annually to whoever has curated a home or a building. Historically, we gave one to a residence built in 1718 this year, and that too would be geared towards this general theme. And what we're doing is we're trying to come up with as many ideas as possible that's going to involve a lot of residents. For example, one of the commissions has a photo contest every year. So obviously this would be geared towards 250. One of the ideas is that our township does not have a flag. We never had one.
Hmm.
So we're
Oh.
proposing a contest for local artists to develop a flag for Westtown.
You know, that's a great idea.
We have a
That is.
Westtown Day, and maybe we'll make little copies of flags for everybody, and that sort of thing. Our main themes are where we can participate with the county are based on agriculture primarily. This was a farming community, and possibly the freedom story. I'm on a local group with Bertha. We know each other very well, and we have been working on getting recognition of a historic Black church and cemetery here in Westtown. Finally, we're going to have a marker put up after many decades of work, and we believe that was probably a stop on the Freedom Trail as well. So we're going to find a way to get that to tie in. And also we have there's a Westtown history book. It's available in the libraries, and we're going to be updating it to a 250th anniversary edition.
Wow.
Great.
So you have in Westtown, that's Thornberry Farm, Craybilly Farm, Birmingham Hill. And I'm trying to think of it. It begins with an L, the other farm that's across from Birmingham Hill.
Well, so we're adjacent to some of those properties.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I've talked to Randall
Yeah.
about we're a small township, and so is Thornbury. So
Yeah.
we're going to develop some things together. Because one thing about Westtown is that we're not one of those townships that has a large town with a market street to walk down. We're not a parade place. We have historic locations, but
Right. Okay.
we don't have, other than Oakbourne Park and eventually someday Quebilly, we don't have a lot of areas to meet. So we're going to work with Thornbury Farm to do some things together.
You know, I'm doing a walk between, it's not Birmingham, Westtown Meeting and London Grove. They're doing a walk it's called a Quaker Walk. So, you know, you could do a walk.
Yes. Yeah, one of our lectures, by the way, will be we're inviting the staff, the historic staff from Westtown School
Mhm.
who
Oh, nice.
will talk about the Quakers and their participation in the growth of America.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the History Center had a really good exhibit on the Revolutionary War, and they showed like basically what people wore, and they self-identified through their clothing. It was very interesting. So, but did we miss anyone?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have some good ideas, and we'll put them on the whiteboard, and then you can go online and look at them and get ideas for other people. As we said in the beginning, we're super interested in sort of building community awareness, and so the people can participate at their own in their own way. But the point is, we want to have some kind of celebration across the county. Did I sum that up, Heather?
Yeah, I think so. I put a couple things in the chat. Alan was asking about the toolkits. I found the the direct link to the toolkit page, and I added that in. And let's see, who else do we have? What else did I put? I also put the link in for the for Emily Sneff's upcoming Declaration of Independence workshops. And it looks like but there's been some other chatter here too. We've
Right.
got Rick Fisher's information, and
and Emily Sneff, so we can talk. I urge you, I mean, Emily is very, when she speaks about the declaration, uh, she speaks in such a good, authentic way. And it was Rose Vanell who said to me, "When was the last time you read the Declaration of Independence, Angela?" And I said, probably in fifth grade. And she said, "You need to read it. And the next time I see you, I will expect you to have read it. Again, it's revolutionary, it's incendiary." And so I was driving to see her again, and I thought, oh, darn, I haven't listened to it.
On your homework.
Right, I hadn't done my homework, but your podcast platform has a reading of the Declaration of Independence. There's also one on our website, which is celebrities reading the Declaration of Independence. It's well worth listening to again, especially at this time in our
Yeah, there's
history in
just
America.
several different versions of it, either on YouTube
Yes,
or in different
yes.
podcasts. My 14-year-old son thought I was crazy when I picked him up from his practice the other day and I was listening to the Declaration of Independence. But he but yeah, it's the words are, as Angela said, incendiary, and it's pretty remarkable, and it makes you realize how, what everyone was fighting for then and what we continue to fight for as Americans. So, and what we, our values. So,
Yeah. So
so
let's all get in there and listen to it. Well, it'll be trending soon, right?
right.
Yeah, okay. So we'll send out the notes.
Oh, I'm gonna copy what Stephen popped in here and put it right into the whiteboard.
I thought that might be helpful.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay, good. A small but mighty group today. But we'll continue to have these conversations in the hope that it sparks ideas and inspiration. Anything else for the good of the order?
I just put the dates up for future meetings, so if you don't already have them, just know that we meet the fourth Friday monthly for these sessions. And then I guess the next month is going to be canceled just because it is Memorial Day. Is that correct? Heather and Angela?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so come back actually June 27th, not May 16th.
Oh, wait,
Am I
I'm
wrong?
I'm confused. There was one on, no, the one that was canceled was one of the Westchester group.
Oh, okay,
Kevin
gotcha.
Park, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
we
No,
will
I
be
think
meeting.
this one we stay the course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the resource workshops. We have another one on, maybe this is wrong. It says May 30th. I'm not sure if the dates are correct or mixed up here, but you will get emails and hopefully you'll plan to join us for our future topics and discussions.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and spread the word if you know of anyone who you think would like to be involved, or like to listen in on here, learn more about it. We're also happy to come out and talk to your group or about 250 and 250 planning. So feel free to reach out about that as well.
Yeah,
Heather, before we
Yes, ma'am.
go,
Yeah.
one of the questions that's often asked is what kind of money is available? Show me the money. And I was on a call yesterday with America 250 PA, a regional catch up. And one of the things that they reiterated is that Governor Shapiro's budget request for the next fiscal year to the legislature included about $65 million to support America 250 things throughout PA. Uh, it is the request of the governor. It's up to the legislature to actually plan and enact the government, the budget. But one thing that they said is that the America 250 PA has received communication from both senators and representatives who have let them know that they are aware of the request and that they are very much in support of passing a budget with funds. Now, so it was great to hear. The proof will be in the proverbial pudding. The
Right,
one
right,
thing
right.
that they also said, and just for you, and this has been discussed previously, a significant chunk of funds will go directly to Philadelphia for public
Absolutely.
safety,
Yeah.
for the World Cup games and all of the events and activities. But the proposal does include, at the very least, the governor's asking for 10 to 12 million to support events and activities in the county. So again, it's the proposal from the governor. We have to wait and see to what the legislature actually passes, but I'm passing it along only because the PA 250 organization was sharing that they've gotten a lot of positive support from legislators. So as the process goes forward, you may be seeing it reported in in our local press, the Inquirer, etc. But just because the meeting was yesterday, wanted to share that.
So just to follow on, David, Karen, who's the CEO of Chester County Community Foundation, and I have met with every elected official more than once a year, and we tell them what's going on and how much participation and how much money is needed, because we did a survey kind of in the beginning of trying to figure out what people needed. So that reach out to your elected officials. That's helpful to let them know that you're out there and you're looking. The other thing is I would check the CC 250 website, because the America 250 PA has put out some small grants, and I'm thinking about you, Rick, small grants in the range of $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to apply for. You have to have kind of matching grants in terms of volunteer time or money or whatever, but look at those and see if that you could find support for some of your programs and events for 250. They're looking for things that touch a lot of people in terms of these events. We've also applied to a lot of DCED, the Department of Community and Economic Development, to support bricks and mortar. I was going to say nuts and bolts, but bricks and mortar for some of these historic sites, to have, a history center built, or, things like that, to have some kind of infrastructure improvement to serve a modern tourist. Like the kid doesn't want to look at a map and a paper map. He wants a QR code to have things that the whole family could come. Gramps could be in the front seat with the map, and the kid could be in the back reading the story off his phone. So that's kind of where we've been busy on the back end working on all of these things, in addition to the events and things that you're doing.
Angela, this is Bertha. I have a question. So that last grant that you mentioned, as far as bricks and mortar, does that include actual restoration?
That I cannot answer. I can tell you that DCED has a program, it's called Local Share, and that they're one of the very few that gives for bricks and mortars. And it comes out of gambling money, you know? So the lottery, the parks, casinos, like that. And that's where the money comes from. And the application is only once a year, and it's in the fall. You can go onto the DCED website. And I think your group, Bertha, might know about it already. I think I've had a conversation, but if not, reach out to me. I'm kind of like, I've done a few of these grants, and you have to be a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can apply for it as a nonprofit, you could partner with, in your case, Tredyffrin or Easttown, because, you know, they have a vibrant historic commission.
Mm-hmm.
So you could partner with them and get them to submit the grant for you, and then you get the money.
I just popped in the links
you.
for both the PA 250 semi-quin grants that they have, which that deadline's coming up, but you can see what they're about. And also the local shares.
And I will say that the semi-quin grant application is like a Google form. It's not complicated.
Yeah. It truly is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh,
Well, thank you all for stepping in on this beautiful, you know, almost summerish day and sharing what you're up to for 250. And, you know, stay in touch and we'll get the whiteboard up with the latest info and or from today, and you can look back at what other ideas have been discussed over the last year. And yeah, we'll
Get
stay in
outside, as Governor Shapiro would say.
get outside.
Okay. All righty, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Take care.